important. Are you in favor? Would you accept that if the idols continue to be at the Ram Chabutra, because that you were not accepting that earlier?
No. Actually, Sagarika, it is not a question of accepting or not accepting. Till 1949, this was the status quo. Nobody has challenged that status quo. So, even if the court decides the titles would in favor of Muslim, so the Muslims will be given the inner court of the Babri Masjid and the Babri Masjid, and the Ram Chabutra will go in the hands of Hindus. So that was the position before 1949, and even Supreme Court, in its judgment in Ismail Farooqi case, they say that the government which has acquired the land in 19...
Right, let me just get you again. If there was some give on the two sides that you wanted to recommend, what would that give be? Would you counsel the Hindus that doesn't matter if the Ram idol has to be removed from the Jama Masjid? Would you tell from the Babri Masjid? Would you tell the Muslims that doesn't matter if you have to share your space with the Hindus? If you had to counsel both sides on how much you have to give, what would you counsel them? I know this is an impossible question, but I'm asking you anyway.
Sagarika, in this country, there are dozens and dozens of places where such compromises have been worked out, and they've worked for centuries. Right here in Alwar, there's this beautiful situation where mosque and a temple coexist within the, just side by side. That dozens of this civilization doesn't need to be taught that. The problem is who speaks on behalf of Hindus, who speaks on behalf of Muslims, and who can speak to them. In most of such symbolic disputes, the point is not what the solution is. There are dozens of possible solutions. As far as ordinary Indians are concerned, as of today, the number of those who want anything other than temple and mosque is actually higher. Okay. That's not the problem. The problem is of the route to negotiation. So a joint shrine. A joint shrine by leaders of stature on both sides. There are all kinds of solutions.
All kinds of solutions. But I'm going to put our panelists really in a spot, and I'm going to ask them to come up with a one-line solution to this intractable problem. Not the legal solution. What's your solution outside the legality?
Well, the basic solution is that various Hindus, at least Hindus as defined by Mr. Advani, we are all Hindus here. I don't think it matters a great deal to us. But a certain kind of Hindu believes that Lord Ram was born on that spot, and therefore something should be done. Muslims believe that their religion is under attack, that a place of worship was destroyed by hooligans and vandals. I think those are the major issues. Leave the title dispute aside. If you can find some way of reassuring the Muslim community, which cannot be that impossible if you were to build a mosque near there, and some way of preserving something that reminds people that Lord Ram was perhaps born there, it's not difficult to do.
Okay, so it's kind of a joint shrine with both people.
Well, not a joint, I mean two different shrines.
Two different shrines, but both people conceding a bit on the territory. Is that your solution as well? Very quickly.
In whichever way, Hindu sentiments to be respected without Muslims feeling that they are being forced to accept.
Nobody should be a winner. That's a very good point, actually. Nobody should be a winner. Swapan Dasgupta, very quickly, we are completely out of time.
Yeah, well, I have just 2 points to make. One is, I think it requires what we alluded to, a question of architectural innovation.
Okay.
Whereby both sentiments can be accommodated. Number 2, I think a greater recognition, a willingness to confront history.
Okay, that's a very good point.
Not necessarily be influenced by the history, but be forthright, but let us confront history that such things did take place in the past.
And we have to solve them. SQR Ilyas, very quickly, 10 seconds. Judicial solution or nothing, right?
No, I think only judicial solution is the possibility, and in Supreme Court in 1994 has given a judgment clearly.
I'm afraid. You made that point, judicial solution is the only solution. Okay, lots of important solutions have come from the panelists on this discussion. Why don't they all include you guys in government? I mean, you'll come up with all these bright ideas and Manmohan Singh wouldn't have to trouble himself. Swapan Dasgupta, SQR Ilyas, Yogendra Yadav, Veer Sanghvi, thanks very much indeed. What are you telling us? Is an out-of-court settlement possible? 60% are saying yes. Thanks for watching Pt.6.